Hi there, this is H. Victoria Hargro Atkerson. I'm an author and a writer, and I wanted to touch base with you today because we have spent the last couple of days going to a summer program where I teach African American history and in writing. I have completed that chore. We're all done for the summer, so we are back giving regular broadcasts. So look for us 5 days a week, Monday through um, Fridays, okay? And some Saturdays, depending on whether we have something really special to share with you. But we are back. The summer was wonderful. The children learned a lot. And we know that because their parents came back to tell us that it was remarkable that the kids knew things about Black history that they had no knowledge of. So it makes me feel great that my staff and I were able to do something wonderful and to increase the family's knowledge of our history. Because I think once you know who you are as a race, as a person, as your ancestors have lived and worked in this country, it gives you power. It gives you a sense of knowing who you are, where you're going, and how you're going to get there. So for children, it's really imperative that they learn that history of theirs is golden. And we had a special journey in this country that make us especially gifted because we know both sides of the equation. So the history lessons do not stop here. We're going to continue throughout the year where I will be doing Black history ongoing, but not on a daily basis. So we continue because the struggle is still here, and I do believe that history will make our children stronger, and I will continue to teach them that. Um, I would like you to take a look at my new book, which is Enslaved. It came out earlier this year, and the good news is I'm almost done with part two. So that will be available to you probably starting next month in September. So look for Enslaved and look for Enslaved Part 2, which is coming up very soon. Okay? So as we talk about our history, for books like this, I think it gives you an informal way to learn our history and to learn what happened to our people when they first came to this country or when they were first brought to this country. We came by force. Many of us came in chains, and many of us came over during that middle passage. So this book, I think, was an amazing piece of work simply because I did a lot of research on it and I incorporated everything that I learned and dreamed happened during that particular period in our history. So when you get a chance, take a look at this and let me know what you think, because it's very important to me to know that my stories are relevant to the reader. So don't be bashful. Give me your honest opinions, and believe me, I'll get back to you. Now, I have a couple other books I want to share with you right now. This is an all-time favorite, The Crazy, the Wild Buttermilk Bottom. It's a really exciting book simply because it's taken from actual history. And I lived not far from this place as a child growing up. It was one of the places that we were not allowed to go to, but we always did because our friends lived there. And it was a very interesting place simply because the people who lived in these shanty houses, which was usually like 3 rooms, a living room, a bedroom, and a kitchen and a bathroom. So those were like the 3 rooms, and they were like in order, one behind the other. And they called them back then shotgun shells because you could fire a gun and it goes straight through the whole house. So they called it shotgun shells. So anyway, take a look at this. You will love it simply because the people are so warm and they are very relatable because many times these same personalities may be in your family or in your neighborhood. So it's a wonderful way to look at the group dynamics of a neighborhood and to see who were the leaders, who were the instigators, and just what different personalities and leaders were doing during that time. It's an exciting book. It has pretty much everything in it. It has a terrific jazz singer, not jazz singer, he's a blues singer. And he's a very dynamic personality with its own twist on life and what life should be about. So take a look at that, especially because it's one of the funniest stories in the book. We also have a number writer who is a pretty smooth operator. He's a real charmer too. So you'll love that person. You will also be intrigued by the voodoo priestess that lives in the neighborhood. She does readings for people, and she does all kinds of things that giving out herbs for different illnesses or different conditions. Like if you want your boyfriend to love you a lot, you go get a portion from her, and that will usually work. If you want to get rid of someone, she gives you something else. These are things that were happening during my childhood. People were actually using people for that purpose. And to some extent, it's going on today. Not as openly as it was then. But going to the voodoo priestess was a big deal back in the day. And that's before horoscopes and all that stuff, okay? But take a look at this book because it's really great. It talks about living under segregation and the Jim Crow laws. You'll get a great idea of what that was like. So these two books, especially now, are important for you to read because it gives you the background of the turmoil, the confusion, and the nonsense we're going through where our children are being brutalized and murdered for no reason other than they are targeted because they have dark skin, which is an unjust system. And we also have a president who is a bigot and a racist, and we need to correct the situation. I'm all for impeachment, and let's start those impeachment demands from everyone. Let's get rid of this guy because he's poison for the American dream. And this was the day that we were celebrating Martin Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream. So it's very important that we make that dream a reality, not the nonsense that we're getting from this administration or these skinheads or the KKK or these these Confederate, what do you call it, Confederate children or descendants of these officers who insist on keeping these racially improper statues and mementos around our country on federal land. Our taxpayers pay for that. So we have a right to have that removed. They lost the war. It's over. Let's continue to work on that reconstruction, which means that we have to make sure that the laws in this country work for everyone. And that's what the whole reconstruction period was about. It never was completed. So it's on us to do that. So let's get busy. Write some letters, get some petitions and sign them up. Get your friends to sign them, and let's get rid of this guy. He cannot represent us. Okay, so here we go. Be sure to like my station, like the program that we're doing, and then sign up by hitting that red button that says subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, so hit it, and then we will let you know when I'm posting something new. So you enjoy your life, love someone special, and above all, love to you. Take care.